Grace, thank you for taking the time to speak with us about the St. Faustina Parish Project. In your experience as Archbishop, what does it mean to you when you see a parish community growing and thriving in today's world?
Well, there's three words that come to mind: joy, excitement, and curiosity. So the joy of knowing that something awesome is happening in a parish community where it's growing, there's vitality. The people are kind of drawn to the center of faith nourishment and celebration and community building. And then the excitement is as well. There's something good that God is accomplishing in that parish community, and it'd be nice to have that happening in all the parishes. And then the curiosity was, what are they doing that is different from other parish communities that we need to model on, and maybe to share the good news to all other parishes.
Your Grace, what do you see as special or significant about the St. Faustina community specifically?
Well, first thing I know is that you're busting at the seams. So there's a lot of people coming to this church. So I need to understand, well, what's happening at this church that is drawing so many people, and why you need to build a new church. So I am aware that there is lots of good stuff happening here. There's great potential. So there's a good team of leaders. So this, I think, is important. A community will grow as long as you have the leadership that's in place to guide and to help the people grow and to align themselves with the mission. There is also a parish community that really meets the needs of the people, the pastoral needs, spiritual needs. I think St. Faustina at this point has done great work. And one of the examples that really comes to light for me was during the pandemic, the COVID realities that were really bringing a lot of restrictions to what we could do in our churches. St. Faustina was very creative, and I think the decisions that were made allowed for the parish community to continue to grow, which was very different news from other parishes where they just stopped everything. There was no more communications happening, and the parishes lost lots of parishioners. That is not something that happened at St. Faustina, and so there's something there that it is commendable, and I think there's something worth looking into. So what are those important things that are being done there that we can pass on to the other parishes? So those are some of the key things, and I am also aware of St. Faustina has really engaged with two key aspects of church life, which is evangelization. So all those Alpha series that were presented to help the people better understand who they are in connection with Jesus Christ, understanding their identity, and then their mission in following Christ. And the other aspect is how do we live this Christian life of ours through social justice issues? So how do we put this love into practice, this charity with the people around us, with the many, many great challenges people meet today? So those are things that I have seen at St. Faustina's.
And why is it important for the Archdiocese to not just approve this project, but actually to be actively investing staff and time and resources in its success?
When there's a particular need happening in a parish community, well, I invest, in the sense that I delegate, I mandate people from my staff to pay attention to the realities that are happening there. So for St. Faustina, in building a new church, that requires a lot of help. And so the people from my staff have been, I think, aware of the needs. And so people have been called upon to help out. And I think so far there's been great collaboration. It's been there's difficult realities that need to be addressed, and sometimes those become for some people, obstacles that kind of say, well, why is the Archdiocese not going as fast as we would like them to? We're just doing due diligence. It is very important what we're doing here, and we need to do it right. And we need to do it with the right people and with the proper leadership. And only then will we really have a true success at the end of the line. We don't want just an immediate success and then to have the fire burn out very quickly and then be left with just problems. So our approach is to do things well and to take the time it needs to get there and to have all the right people in place. That's my approach.
Your Grace, if you had the opportunity to speak directly to potential supporters for this project, what would you want them to understand about the significance of building a new church?
So support is an important word. One might first understand support as being financial support. And so this is going to be super important for this project to come to be. But this financial support is not going to be there if you don't first understand the why. So why are we here? Why do we exist? What is the mission of the church? So that has to be, I think, very well put out there as to who we are, why we exist as a church, and what our mission is all about. The more we can get that clearly in everyone's mind, and that people are enthused about it and want to do their share in making that come to be, then the money will roll in. I think this is very important that the calling out on support from the people will be done in such a way that we will be teaching, informing, and helping the people embrace the mission of who we are as church. And when that will be truly understood and well embraced, the money will come.
Your Grace, when you imagine the completed St. Faustina Parish building, what do you hope to see happening there?
Well, first of all, a visit from the Archbishop. I'll be interested in celebrating our faith with the parish community there after all of these efforts and just celebrating the joy of having a new building. But even more important than that, my hope is really that in that church, in that sacred space, people can truly encounter the person of Jesus Christ in such a way that they will want to bring what they've encountered there to the world outside the church. So this is all meant to be a place of encounter, a place where people feel at home, a place where they truly nourish their faith, and a place where they build community, they understand what it is to support one another, and that they need to be there for their neighbor. So living out all the gospel teachings that Jesus has taught us. That's my hope when I will see the reality of a new church at St. Faustina's.
Archbishop, as we end this conversation, is there anything else that you would like to share about either the support of the project or your hopes for the parish community?
Well, I think the word hope here is important, because if we lose hope because of whatever obstacles we encounter, then it becomes very difficult to move ahead. And so how do we keep that hope alive? Because there will be many challenges along the way. The first challenge is when you see the numbers of the dollars, of the money that you need to get to this thing to up and going. It might be enough to just lose all motivation to go ahead, and that cannot be the case here. So what is our hope really anchored in? I think that is going to be very important. It's the hope is not so much just in the building. Of course, you do need a building, but what is your hope all about? Your hope is about Jesus Christ coming to life, not only in yourself, not only in your parish community, but for the whole region, the whole area that you're serving, and then having a very positive impact on the rest of the Archdiocese and the Universal Church. Like, we're all connected, aren't we? And so ask yourself, what is your hope in? And will that be anchored in Christ? Because you will need Christ to really meet all the many challenges that will come across. So my prayers are with you. I will give you my full support as we go ahead. At the same time, we will be making maybe hard decisions that will not necessarily meet what you all want. We can't have everything, but I'll be there to make the right decisions as we move forward with the proper discernment that belongs to all of us. So thank you for this opportunity to share a little bit of my vision and this whole big project. It's exciting, and I just hope the best for all of you.